Welcome, everyone. I hope you have a nice day of spring. Here in Oslo, it's snowing again. And Irina Hara streaming from Oslo, Norway, for this new podcast, Tales from the Womb. That is a follow up and continuation of our beautiful Women Festival that was held between 6th and 8th March 2026. And today I have another guest from our festival, a beautiful Romanian lady, another connational of mine, living abroad as me, Camelia Irina Pop. Welcome, Camelia.
Thank you, Irini.
Very pleased to have you here. So, Camelia is a life coach, a transformational facilitator, and the creatrix of the Dancing Hearts method. And since 2018, she has worked with thousands of people, facilitating fast and profound transformations, both online and in live in person sessions. These transformations foster deep empowerment, a renewed love for oneself, and the capacity to forgive oneself and others while preserving personal integrity and establishing healthy boundaries. Through a unique blend of coaching, energetic dance, trauma integration, and intuitive guidance, Camelia creates heart centered spaces where emotional blocks dissolve, clarity emerges, and authentic change becomes embodied. Her talks and workshops inspire people to trust their inner wisdom and live aligned with their true purpose. And I will place in the description of these episodes the contact data, so in case you feel inspired to connect with her, you can do it after. Thank you again for being here with us. And
Thank you, Irini. And I want to congratulate you for the festival
thank you.
because you brought so many different women with different methods, but all for the well-being of a woman and of the womb.
Yeah, for focusing on our wombs. Um, so you are a facilitator and a guide for other people for all these beautiful, deep transformational processes. But I think many would also be curious to know who you are as a woman beyond this role that you have in society. Would you like to speak about yourself a little bit?
Yes. I live in Manchester with my husband and now with one of our sons. We have two sons, but the other one went to university in Scotland. So little by little, step by step, the birds are flying off the nest. And I love life. And when I don't love it, I know that I need to connect with myself and to find out what is upsetting me. And in that moment, I understand and I love again life. So I don't allow too much time to be I don't know, in sadness or in something, but I connect and I discover maybe a method to work with. Because I work intuitively and a lot of the things I first tried them on myself, not tried, they reveal themselves. I did it on myself. I felt empowered. Obviously, I do also practices that I learn from others, but a lot of my work it's intuitively, and I feel in a certain way after that, and I know that that is good for other people, women and men as well. Yeah.
What is mostly challenging for your life, being a mother, a woman, as a professional? Is anything that you feel that would be something that you can overcome, or there is any situation that represented something difficult for you?
Yes. So there has been a period in my life after I moved abroad while I was developing my work because of originally I was a biology teacher. After that, when I moved abroad, I started learning a manual therapy for physical in principle. It's called Bowen therapy. But in that time, at some point, I was waiting for what is next, what is more than that. And I had like impatience, impatience.
You have been impatient, yeah?
Yes. And this was bringing a stress because I was looking what is next instead to be fully present and enjoying there, to understand that was part of my path. And that was most challenging. And now when I went back to see the periods of life and eliminate what is not useful from them, I discovered that, and I said, oh my God, instead to be relaxed because this is path of who am I. So after releasing those stresses, I felt so good, like never would be that stress, but to feel that I am in the right place, in the right moment, on my right path, and it's flowing like a river. And in that period of time, even if I was self-employed, working for myself, I wouldn't take days off that often, thinking, what if a client needs me? But after I entered in the coaching world, I became a coach, I had my coach, I've heard this idea from people who didn't apply it, but I've heard it that someone who works for himself ideally would be to have 1 week off, to have every week, every month, 1 week off. So at that time, I was already having the day of the new moon off because it's less energy, and it's good to be more with yourself, to make plans for the month for the following month, and making also taking time to have a good bath, a good walk or a massage or something. So already the day of the new moon was off, but I said, what if I take 1 week off? Because you asked me what are the challengings being a therapist, a mom, a wife, all our roles in our life. And I sat down and I thought, okay, if I take 1 week off, what happens? Okay, some clients would need me. Okay, if it's really an emergency, if I'm not gone somewhere, I can take them. But the others, I just tell them, that week I can't take you, come the following week. Yes? And it was also the thought, if I reduce work, I will have less money. And I said, doesn't matter. I wasn't afraid of that. Somehow I knew that if they don't come, the money doesn't come with the clients in that week. It's okay, will come when it comes. What was interesting was that after I did this, so actually the money weren't, I saw that, okay, it doesn't matter. Actually, what happened is that even if I worked three weeks in a month, not 4, the money didn't went down. On the contrary, they went progressively higher and higher. Yeah, because if I am relaxed, if I take care of myself, I'm not stressed that I don't have time to do something, because in that week also I don't only relax, but I go and do the things that I haven't had time to do them. So it's a balance in the life. And if I am good, I can do good and well to others. So this is a thing that I've been doing since 2022. Now it's not always a week or not a full day, but clients I don't take. I have some programs that I run every week, so in the evening, so that hour or 2 hours I still do the work, but I don't feel it's work because I enjoy it anyway. And in the day I am I am free or almost free. So this is very important, especially for women, to take time for themselves.
It's exactly what you're speaking about. It's also because we start to listen to our rhythm, our cyclicity that comes from the womb space. So that's why we need to learn our own rhythm and give this space of quietness or just rest for a few days when we feel that the body needs it. But the womb needs it for sure. And speaking about the womb, as the festival was focused on all the stories of the womb and her story, when your womb journey began, do you have any special moment that you recall or an
Yes,
experience that marked this journey?
yes.
Yeah.
Journey as integrating what is about the womb, because my journey was when I was pregnant.
Yeah,
Yes,
all mothers have this journey of pregnancy, of course.
yes. For me, when I was pregnant was the most beautiful period in my life. I was looking at myself in all the mirrors, all the windows. I was so happy I have the big belly, and was very good. But then in uh, 2019, I participated at the first session of womb cleansing, and it was so empowering. And also at that time, after that, I reset my marriage. So we reset it, like speaking, both of us, out of our contracts, marriage contract, contract. We have two marriage contracts, one with the state and one with the church. So we said, doesn't matter them, let's stay and talk what we do together. Yeah. Do you like me? Do I like you? Yeah. And it's not the contracts or other things to keep us together, like children or even parents. So I resetted this. And after that, I started to guide myself these cleansing wombs, but combined with other empowering or releasing the past, to do more practices. So actually I have many, I don't know if hundreds, but yes, I think hundreds of sessions, workshops with women doing the cleansing of the womb, and with other practices together. When we did at the festival, I didn't do this. I did something else. I did an integration of the traumas after the birth. This is something new that I've discovered a couple of years ago, when my parents sold the house that I was prepared to be sold. I did all the so I did how to call, to taking out of the house the things, and I was prepared and we wanted that to happen. And yet when the selling of the house was done, I felt sadness, and I didn't know from where comes that sadness. And because like I said, I take time with myself to explore what is that sadness. When I can't enjoy that day, I I I put some music and I moved slowly in an energy dance. Energy dance, it's not always very
Energetic.
energy. Yeah, very energetic. No, sometimes it's meditative, just you move a little, and there are some far more dynamical. And I was moving a little, and I was asking, why am I sad? And I started to cry, and I didn't know why. And I cried more, and then asking, but why? Why I am sad about this house? And in that moment, I remembered the day when I got with my child in 2006 from the maternity, from the hospital. He was a newborn. And when I entered in the house, it was cold, the bed was very low, and I couldn't sit. So all kind of small traumas, but the biggest trauma was that I was very weak and I couldn't hold well my son. to feed him because I lost a lot of blood. And this child, my son, if I was alone in the house, if I would hear him waking up, I wouldn't move, even if I was next to him, to not know that I am there, to not ask me breast, and me not being able to take him and give him. So it was a big sadness, because in that way I didn't connect well with my son. And being in that dance and remembering this, I integrated and I changed all that all that way it was. It's like rewriting that story. And I felt so much connection with him, and I released all the upsets for the hospital, for what happened there, for my relatives who weren't there to help me. So I released this, and I felt so full of gratitude for that moment. And with that gratitude, actually that trauma passed away. And how do I know it passed and really changed the past? Is that when my son came from school and I opened the door, he was different. He was more connected to me, like if he would have all that cuddling in the first hours and days of his life. And it's very good to be able to do this, to discover this, I don't say heal, because that means I was ill and I wasn't ill. It was just an imbalance. So be feeling balanced again, and then to give this to other women.
Mm-hmm.
This is amazing, that all of us, we discover something, or even a smile. If we give it to somebody else, we share it, and we make it beautiful. In one of the books that I've read from Siberian shamans, it said that a way to overcome the negative energies, it's contemplating of the beauty. And this show, you contemplate a flower, a tree, a river, a lake, the sea, the sky, the sun, the stars. You contemplated them and you are uplifted. So it's good, every one of us, to be in that state of heart that we are able to contemplate, to get out from the negativity and to be present and being able to contemplate what is beautiful. Even arts made by someone. Yeah, I contemplate a bracelet or whatever. Yeah, it's or
A
a
painting.
painting. Yes.
Yes, that it's true. But from your story related with this exercise you did and how your son reacted, this is actually quite common, because I work with constellation and trauma therapy, very specific method. So when trauma happens or we are blocked in some negative patterns, we tend to contract. So our whole body and energy field contracts, and then we prevent this movement towards the others. And it's what happened between you and your son, because you got so probably not scared, but somehow contracted in your own reality because of what happened at the maternity or whatever. And then you somehow cut the access to your son. There was your fear behind this. When you repair that cut, so you release the energy of contraction and you open again to the flow of life, which often happens when you make an energetic movement from inside. And these kind of methods also help with this, or your method too. Then that path towards opening the connection with your son open again. And that's why he felt this movement from you, and he reacted to it in a pleasant way, because he was in need of that connection to be established. And it's very interesting that it doesn't matter how long we store these blockages inside, as long as they are still present, they prevent us to open to more movement and to more flow. But when we release that energy, then all these small miracles happen. So it's actually a very beautiful story to tell. And all women should know this if they have these kind of interrupted movements towards their children when they are born. This can be restored. It's not forever. But we need to somehow revisit that episode and then release the energy of grief or sadness or whatever is there. So it's a very
And
interesting example that you bring. Yes.
another thing that I recently found out is, and I already verified it, 60% of the cells of the child are energetically identical with 60% of the mom's,
Yeah.
of the mother's cells. So whatever we do as mothers and what abilities we have and we developed, they developed in them if it's good connection
Yes.
between. So his cells reacted to my cells and
Years. Yeah.
pick that up.
Hmm.
And recently I did with my mom a connection, 100% connection. And immediately after I did this, it's a quantic therapy. Immediately I did this. So I did it Friday evening. Saturday, when we went out, I already felt the things that before I couldn't, because she has certain abilities, and I activated in myself those abilities, but
Hmm.
really, really strong, and they develop them even more. So it's like enhancing the thing, taking out the things that were inside dormant,
Exactly.
asleep,
Yes.
asleep. So it's so powerful, and it's so important, child and mother, to be in a good relationship, because whatever the mom has and acquires, it happens in the child.
Yes. They can be enhanced or they can be repressed. So
Yeah.
it's good that actually we don't repress what needs to be developed further.
Yes. Yes.
And yes.
Because even my mom, her abilities, her special abilities, she inhibited them after 7 years old. Still
Mm,
she has, but not at the same level. But
exactly.
now they start to grow again.
Interesting. Beautiful. As you also live abroad, as I do, I don't know if for many years, I'm already away for 20, this year was in January, it's 26, 25 years that I left Romania.
Wow.
I'm curious to know what was overall your experience in living abroad and trying to carve a path into this area of personal and spiritual development. How do you feel about this?
For me, it was easier abroad than in my country.
Yeah.
Even if I love my country and I take power from there, being abroad, it was easier because I wasn't in the mentality of the family and what other mentalities they are there.
Mm,
I was free
mm.
to see what I like, how I feel. It helped me a lot.
So you didn't have like because I hear sometimes people living abroad to have this kind of complex of, oh, we are foreigners here and we don't have the equal
Yes, it was.
chances.
It was. But even if it was this complex, I could develop myself well. And this I had it in Spain, because 3 years I lived in Spain, and then um, now they are 15 years I live in UK. Yeah, so they are 18 years of being abroad. But when I moved in UK, in Manchester, I didn't feel that that racist, or how to call it. They only very, very occasionally, and it didn't affected me that much.
Hmm.
Uh, in some way, England for me was good. for others, I know it wasn't, but for me, it was good because I had the chance to have good clients who were okay with foreigners. For this reason, they came to me. So it was good. It is good.
Good. I'm pleased to hear. So you feel that you have a free path ahead of you, and
yes, and I speak with proud about when they ask me from where I am. I speak to it proud, and they see that we are good. We are not only the people who don't do good things. Actually, they start to seeing that Romanians do good things. Where they work, they could do good.
yes, of course, we have to be proud to be Romanian.
Yes, actually, we bring a lot of positivity in the world. We bring, and the connection with the nature, we bring it as well. That was lost in many countries.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm happy to hear this. So you participated at this festival, Taste from the Womb. You actually have been recommended by another Camelia, who is in Cluj-Napoca. I first connected with her, and then I asked if she knew other women working in this area and who could bring a contribution to the festival. And she spoke about you, about Anishwara and Adela, and you were practically 4 women with origin in Romania, probably in different cities, but participating as guests in the festival. And I would like to know your opinion about what exactly means for you to be part of such an event, and why do you think would be recommended to take part as participant or guest or in other roles? I was host and also participant and guest all together. It was very intense for me for those 3 days, but I would like to know your perception of this.
Yes, I remember when you asked me, and I was thinking, what could I do for the womb? Yeah, because I do many things, not only for the womb. And I said to you, I will see if I have something to be really contribution for the festival. If it comes to me an idea, then I come. And I knew till when I can give you a response. But it came, the response came. Do that with the traumas after the birth, because it's tales of the from womb. Yeah. And I felt really, really good. I feel really good being part of such a festival. And what I like about this festival, and this was the first, and will carry on to be others and others.
I hope so.
Every year, yes. No, it has to be. It's that it's so many. You brought so many women, each one doing different things, and not only different things, but with different personalities. Yes. So someone can see which who resonates and come to the festival, or even try all of the
Offerings. Yeah.
yes, exactly. It's a richness. It's a place of richness.
Yeah, abundance. Yeah, it felt very abundant.
Exactly.
We have been 16 guests and also participants. So, yeah, it felt the contents were really rich and everyone complemented the other. That's what I also felt. And I've been somehow guided. I did the program very intuitively. I didn't think a lot, but I just felt what would be the right order, who is first, who's second, and so on.
Yes, I remember that when I said something, it was like continuation of what it was. After me, it was like a continuation after.
Exactly. Yeah, it waved very well one after the other.
Yes, I think the divine was with.
Was present.
Yeah.
I used to say that the goddess, when this happens, the goddess is present because I feel this energy of a full circle, and for me, the goddess as an archetype, as energy, is a full circle. And the 3 days created a kind of ceremonial space because we also followed the medicine wheel somehow energetically, and yeah, many interesting things happened. So I hope I have motivation and energy for next year to create another edition. And maybe you will be interested to participate again. We will see. Before we end our interview, I would be curious to know if you have any piece of advice or any recommendation for other women as us, in regard to their health or their well-being or whatever you want to say to them, to those who listen to us.
I do have is connect with their soul, with your soul, connect with your soul. Because you do things that you don't want to do. You do things when you don't want to do. Yeah, like you are tired and you still do and go and do something because somebody is expecting you to do this. So it's connecting to the soul and grow this connection into a relationship. Your soul to be your best friend, your team, and always ask, okay, what do you do? We do like this, we do like that. What do you need, my soul, to be for you to be happier, to be more accomplished? What do you need me, Camelia in flesh, to do for you, the soul? Because you can't do if I don't do. So to be a team. And this is being centered, actually, aligned. Every day to speak several times with your soul. This is a relationship. If it's a connection now and then, now once a week, once in a month, no. It's all the time to be in connection. Start the day with connection to your soul, because in time you will hear what it will say to you. And like that, the intuition grow.
So we need to align.
Sorry?
We need to align more the womb, the heart, soul, energy, whatever, to feel that we are on the right track.
And like that, you are in the present and you are on your path and you honor yourself, actually. Because when you honor your soul, you honor yourself. Like that, you are empowered as well. And I said the intuition grow because when you speak to the soul, you have access to a lot of information and you just know it. Because intuition is a clairsentience. Yes, it's knowing, it's not guessing. It's knowing. You really know that that is the thing you have to do, or you just know with clarity.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much. It's been very rich to speak to you and to listen to your experiences and thoughts. Thank you for being guest to the interview. The contact data of Camelia will be in the description of the episode, so you can connect with her after. And please, for those who listen to and follow me, if you didn't subscribe to my channel, please do it. You can also share the episodes of this podcast if you find them interesting, so more women and even men can connect and understand a little bit more about the reality of the womb and what we are waving when we create such a festival. Thank you again for watching and see you next. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.